All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am your humble host with the most, Jeremy Stone, with a face for radio and a voice for print. I know I have been absentee very largely. Life is crazy, but hopefully I can get back into the flow of things. Hopefully my camera will focus on my oh so mediocre face. Anyway, so Avengers Doomsday had their big cast announcement. We're going to go through the list. I'm sure you've already seen the videos, but I just want to peruse it, give my thoughts. Now we got Chris. It started off with Chris Hemsworth. Now I hope they give us Chris Hemsworth from, let's say, Avengers Ultron. That was enough of a little bit of the wit, but not the overly goofy like Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder was horrendous. They made him too much of a clown. Vanessa Kirby, she did great in the Mission Impossible film. Was it like Reckoning, Dead Reckoning? I can't remember which one it is. Haven't seen her. We all haven't seen her at Sue Storm yet. Hopefully, she delivers. Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America. I didn't see the last Captain America film because honestly, I'm really burnt out on the MCU. I am. The last couple outings and the TV shows I just haven't watched because I just can't give my time and my money to something that's just so utterly mediocre. Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. I got no problem with that. He's never disappointed me. I thought he does a great job. Letitia Wright as Suri, fine. I don't think she should have been the Black Panther in Wakanda Forever. Should have gone to someone else, but I liked her in the first Black Panther. I thought she was perfectly well. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I'm actually surprised. I thought after Ant-Man 3, it was like, you know what? I'm done. Time to hang it up. But you know, he's still kicking in. That's fine. Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent. What a snooze fest this is. And this is going to be the whole thing of, oh, the Thunderbolts. To me, this is like the C-list level characters is the Thunderbolts movie. And I am not looking forward to it at all. It's like if you opened up your refrigerator and said, well, I got one egg, some baking soda, a thing of licorice, a can of soda, and I don't know, one half a slice of bacon. You're like, time to make dinner. You blend it up and you got crap. And that's what I feel about the Thunderbolts. I have zero anticipation for it. No hopes, no dreams. I'm expecting disappointment, but who knows? Maybe they'll be able to knock my socks off. Let's see. White Russell. I'm going to butcher this. Tenoch Namor. Wakanda Forever, completely useless. To me, I was not wowed by Namor. It was like in my opinion, such an inconsequential character, meaningless. What's he gonna do in Doomsday? Oh, I'm gonna swim and talk to the fishies. Wow, big threat that is. Hopefully, Doom just puts his hand in the water and just shocks the ocean and just fries his ass. Uh, Evan Moss, was it Bacharach? Ben Grimm, Fantastic Four. I haven't seen him in the movie yet, so hopefully they kill it. Simu Liu, Shang-Chi. I really liked Shang-Chi. I thought that was a fantastic film. I didn't have any hopes. I didn't have any anticipation. I was like, you know what? At that time, Marvel was still running at a bit of a high note. So I was like, okay, let's check it out. I was blown away. I was so thoroughly entertained. Well done on that one. Florence Pugh as Elena. Just like Namor, just such an inconsequential, I don't give a rat's ass character. Just there for what? For what reason? Just there for the sake of being there. That's the way I feel. Kelsey Grammer's Hank McCoy. When I saw him in X-Men: The Last Stand, I was so thoroughly entertained. He didn't have a lot of scenes, but the scenes that he was in, you felt Hank McCoy. You felt the intelligence and the gravitas. I was absolutely thrilled by that one. I know he was in the post-credit scene of the Marvels, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like you're teasing the X-Men, but it's like, don't half-ass tease us with the X-Men. Either give us the X-Men or don't tickle my butthole. Just, do it or don't. Lewis Pullman, Bob, rumored to be Sentry. Okay. I I haven't seen him as a Sentry, so I have no opinions positively or negatively. Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres the Falcon. Didn't see the last Captain America film, like I said, so I have no opinion positively or negatively. From what I've seen, he looks like the clip that I've seen, he looks like he was in his early 20s. You're really going to put someone in their early 20s in life-threatening situations with no superpowers? You could say, well, what about Spider-Man? Well, Spider-Man's got, the power of the gods. So that's a little bit of an exception, but you're going to put basically a civilian. And this is why. It's for the kiddies so they can see someone who's close to their age. All right, whatever, if that's the case. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm. Fantastic Four hasn't been released yet, so I have no opinions positively or negatively. David Harbour. Love David Harbour. It's funny when you go back and you find someone who's an actor. It's like, wait a minute, you were, before they actually made it big, it's like, you were in Black Mask with Johnny Depp. I remember that. That's when you were a lot thinner. But, loved him in Stranger Things. Thought he did well as the Red Guardian in the Black Widow movie. So, not a bad thing to say. Winston Duke as M'Baku. The few scenes that Winston Duke has been on screen as M'Baku, he's always killed it. He has that big, tall, lumbering presence. Hannah John Kamen, oh, as Ghost, perfectly acceptable. Nothing jaw dropping, nothing spectacular. When I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was like, okay, it just what? Why? Once again, just like pumping out characters for the sake of pumping out characters, just it seemed like an inconsequential. She's like, oh, there's something I can't remember. I only saw that movie once. It was like something's wrong with my body since I was a kid, so I can phase in and out loosely, and the suit kind of tampers down the chaos in my body. All right. Then you got Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I thought Loki was burdened by glorious purpose, and now he's holding all the timelines together. So now he's going to be back. Like, I mean, Christ on a crutch. I mean, at a certain point, can you just move on? You have the X-Men and the hundreds and hundreds of characters where you talk about Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Omega Red, all the Sentinels, and you keep going back to phase one characters. Like, at a certain point, move on. See, this is why I think Thanos should have won the second time around and reset the universe and then gave us the X-Men that way. I think I think Thanos should have snapped, and because after Endgame, it's just been like they're running on fumes, like they're running on the goodwill of the MCU. But it's just me. Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, always good to see him. Ian McKellen back as Magneto. I mean, I can't say anything bad about that. That's going to be interesting. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, the best part of X2. For the longest time, X2 was looked at as the quintessential, like the peak of comic book movies until the Batman Begins took that crown. Then obviously the Dark Knight just stole that crown away from itself. But for the longest time, that opening scene of X2 was just jaw dropping. Now you look at it back, you look at now 20 somewhat odd years later, and you're like, oh, okay, it's so mundane. But for the time, that slow motion teleportation scene in the White House, oh my goodness, that was just, it's like we'd never seen anything like that before. It was mind blowing. Rebecca Romaine, formerly Rebecca Romaine Stamos, as Mystique. Okay. I mean, in X-Men: The Last Stand, she lost her powers when she got stabbed by the cure serum. So that'll be interesting to see how she's back. Is it a different universe's Mystique that just happens to look like Rebecca Romaine? I prefer Rebecca Romaine over Jennifer Lawrence. I thought she was a snooze and a snore and such a bore. And look at me rhyme. James Marsden as Cyclops. Now, hopefully, they let Cyclops be freaking Cyclops. They let him be the leader of the X-Men. I mean, and especially what they did with Wolverine's costume in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. They gave him the classic Wolverine costume. I hope to Christ they give him the classic 90s animated series Cyclops uniform with the blue and the yellow and the communicator stripe over his shoulder. And I wish they would have announced Famke Jensen back as Jean Grey. I would have loved that. But James Marsden is great. If you want to see James Marsden in a raunchy comedy, go see the movie I think it's 2008's Sex Drive with Clark Duke, Amanda Crew, and I can't remember the actor's name. It was like Zach, some weird name, but he plays the character Ian. Absolutely raunchy comedy. Oh, so great. I love that movie. Then we got Channing Tatum back as Gambit. Hey, I enjoyed him as Gambit. I enjoyed that they gave him the classic animated series costume. When I looked at it, I was like, that's freaking Gambit. I love that. Pedro Pascal, and everything I've seen him in, I've never been disappointed. I thought he did great in The Last of Us, but we haven't seen him as Reed Richards. So, like all the other cast of the Fantastic Four, I'll have to wait. Until then, I can't say anything negatively or positively. Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. Now, this is to me, this is disappointing. Is Victor Von Doom not good enough to be? Let me put it back on this thing. Is he not good enough to be Victor Von Doom? He has to be Iron Doom. Now, maybe they'll play some emotional thing. Well, the savior of the universe is now its greatest destroyer in this other different multiverse. But it's like, I mean, seriously, was Doctor Doom not good enough to just be his own character? And yeah, you could say, well, it's off of Superior Doom, but I don't need Iron Doom. I need Doctor Doom. Like the Silver Surfer, I think is in the upcoming Fantastic Four, assuming the Silver Surfer is going to be there. I mean, we see Galactus, but is going to be the girl from Ozark. She was great as Netflix's Ozark, but see, in the Marvel comics, my favorite character ever since I was 9, I want to say, has been the Silver Surfer. I want to see Norrin Rad. Not, Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver Surfer. That happened in 2005, 2007? I want to see the MCU's take on the Silver Surfer. And you give us what, the Shalabal version? Why can't you give us Silver Surfer Prime, Norrin Rad? Why does it have to be this offshoot? See, it's like the Doctor Doom. Well, it's Tony Stark, Iron Superior Doom. Give us Victor Von Doom Prime, Silver Surfer Prime. I'm tired of these. You have Sam Wilson now as Captain America. It's not Captain America. It's the Falcon with a shield upgrade. No, Steve Rogers is Captain America. Tony Stark is Iron Man. Victor Von Doom is Doctor Doom. And I know I'm repeating myself over and over again, but it's just so disappointing. Now, maybe when all these universes coalesce and the multiverse explodes into just the universe, the 616 Prime, whatever you want to call it, and maybe some cosmic wave will happen. We'll just ripple it, and Shalabal will become Norrin Rad. I don't know, but it's just, if you are going to introduce into the MCU for the first time Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, give us the most popular version. I mean, when we got Spider-Man, we didn't get Gosh, what was it called? I'm please correct me in the comment section. Was it called like Superior Spider-Man, where it was actually Dr. Octopus's brain inside Peter Parker's body? I thought it was called Superior Spider-Man. I could be mistaken about that. Please correct me. But you didn't give us that. You gave us Peter Parker. And it's just I don't know. It just seems like they're grasping at straws because, well, the box office is down, and this was a disappointment. And the box office is down yet again. And it's like, well, people love Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. Let's bring him back. I don't know. I just wonder if the MCU was firing at all cylinders and it was just billion-dollar film after billion-dollar film after billion-dollar film, would we be getting Superior Doom? Or would we be getting true Victor Von Doom? I don't know. Anyways, I think that's enough mumbling, bumbling, rambling, and incoherent thoughts at my end. Anyways, guys, comment down section below. Let me know your thoughts. As always, take care and take it easy.